Welcome to Hilton Head. We'll call this the Palmetto Ride. On the one hand, this is absolutely a cyclist's paradise, but as you can see, there's a lot of competition for that paradise, and almost everybody is sort of a vacationer on a rental bike. So how do you go for a real bike ride here? Coming into the area by the Lighthouse. Nice little beach here. Lots of shopping. There's the Lighthouse right there. Very pretty. Rentals. So, just in case you're in the market for a nice boat, I don't know that they're for sale, but they are nice. And you can ride right along here next to the harbor. And while this is all well and good, it's not exactly, going for a bike ride. It's not getting on your road bike and going out and seeing the mountains, or really getting a ride in. It's just kind of fun and kind of pretty, but honestly it's so flat you could do that on a rental bike. But we're on our gravel bikes, and so we want to see if we can find some quote-unquote real riding here on Hilton Head. We're on the bike path now, headed towards South Beach Marina. It's beautiful, it's shaded, nice wide trail. Going around these curves is really fun, and there's not a lot of bike traffic or dog walkers or that kind of stuff. So this is really cool. Some good miles, or maybe half miles, but it's really pretty. You just kind of get a feel for how we're going here. One of the things on the island is the cars don't stop at crosswalks, so you've got to stop if there's traffic coming. There wasn't any. And they really did a nice job just making these paths meander. Here's a cool curve right here. Just kind of the way it is. Woo-hoo. So we've gone about 5 miles now. This is home to the famous Salty Dog restaurant. Maybe you've never heard of the restaurant, but you've probably seen the t-shirt, and they're everywhere. Of course, we had to get one. It's kind of like the tip of the island. A lot of palmettos right here. Just a quick little detour. See some sand on this little boardwalk, very nice. Almost nobody on the island wears a helmet, but Mary and I are wearing ours because that's just who we are. Kind of believe in the safety thing. The other thing is I feel a little silly wearing my actual cycling shirt because most people are just wearing regular, beach clothes. And I am wearing my fun shoes that I normally just wear in spin class, but they are SPDs. And although I've got my bike kit on underneath, I am wearing the shorts to kind of tone it down a little bit, maybe fit in just a little bit more and not stick out quite so much as like, oh, look at that guy type of thing. But anyway, it's really pretty here. You just have to kind of manage expectations and do whatever you can to get your miles in. And we're going to look for some actual gravel to ride on. All right, we're at the Salty Dog, and it's ice cream time. How's it taste, Mary?
Tastes good.
Just riding a regular gravel bike, but it's kind of advanced compared to the beach cruisers that's around here that everybody's riding. And it's been kind of perfect, actually. Love it. Passing on your left. Thank you. So this is kind of typical of situations that you get in. Bikes going both directions. Everybody's kind of riding slow. And if you're going faster than that, there's a problem, but I think technically you're the problem because the norm here is what you're seeing right in front of you. This is what people do here.
Oh yeah.
Passing on your left. Thank you. I'll pull in because I'm not going to make it. Passing on your left. Thanks. You spend a lot of time riding next to water on these paths. Ponds, canals like this one. And they're really somewhat swampy, but really beautiful. But what you're really doing the whole way is looking for alligators, because that's cool. Every once in a while you see one. We have just entered the forest preserve and found legitimate gravel cycling. Really cool. 2 people, not bad. The first day we were here, we ran into a guy on a legitimate mountain bike. He looked pretty serious. And together we found this trail. And there's a whole network of them in here in this area known as the Forest Preserve. And we're gonna ride some of them. Yay us! Okay, so we will be looking out for snakes.
Snakes are not our friends.
We're following the signs of something called the Rice Field Boardwalk Observation Deck. See where that takes us. We're still on a nice hard-packed dirt road. A little bit of soft sand. You gotta be careful for that, but otherwise it's good. This is pretty cool.
This is really cool.
Probably not supposed to be riding our bikes on this, but there's nobody else here. And it's so pretty. Had not seen this before. I know. Little places to stop and look, which we will do eventually. Some signs tell you what to look for. Really cool. So this is kind of what your expectations are for cycling on Hilton Head. We're pretty close to a spot where we've had some luck seeing alligators and hopefully be able to see a couple here in just a second. We just stopped at these docks and there's an alligator right there. All right, well there's the alligator. I wouldn't want to be swimming with him. That's actually a very
that guy's really
little alligator, yeah. Just about back home, back on our road. One of the few places without a bike trail, but it's very short. If you brought your road bike, I think technically you can ride on the road just like you can anywhere in the world. Go out there and say, I don't need a bike trail, I'm just gonna ride on the road. The problem is, and what I've found with the rules is that you can do that, but it's preferred that you ride on the trails, obviously. But the cars here are very used to people riding on the trails. There's not a lot of people, in fact I haven't seen anybody on a proper road bike riding the roads out trying to get in like a 30 or 40 mile ride or something like that. At least not here in the Sea Pines part of the island. Bottom line is, I think it's better. I feel more comfortable just riding on the gravel bike, which handles the terrain perfectly. We went in the nature preserve and we found some actual dirt to ride on, some gravel. Saw alligators, an ice cream cone, saw a lighthouse and some big yachts. And we've gone 15.5 miles. So that's not bad. I will say when we were planning this trip, I Googled bicycling Hilton Head, and all I found was guys with GoPros just kind of showing what the trails look like. But I couldn't get any information on what cycling might be like for somebody who's, you know, rides 3, 4, 5 times a week and considers him or herself an avid cyclist. So maybe this helps you out a little bit. I hope it did. Take care.